Hey everybody, and thanks for tuning in to the Temple of Positive Energy, where we're bringing amazing energy to this world using spiritual metaphysical principles and putting a modern twist on it so that it's more conducive to our lives today. Today's topic is about, I want you to question everything. Question everything. Everything that you know, everything that you ever know, everything that you think is right, everything that you think is wrong. Question it all. Never stop questioning. And I'm gonna tell you my philosophy on this, because in my life, I am going out there looking for questions. I'm not in my mindset looking for answers. My feeling is an answer is a stopping point. An answer is an end to whatever quest you're on. So if you're looking for something and you find the answer to it, that stops. That quest stops. So if I'm looking for answers, I'm looking for answers that lead me to more questions. So I'm looking for this answer so I can go on to the next thing. And this is very important in our life, because if we stay the same, if we stay stagnant, there is no advancement. So we can become very, very comfortable with where we are, with everything we've ever known, and never try to do anything different. And that's just not where we want to be. We want to grow. We want to expand. We want to question. We want to learn. We want to expand our minds in that system. And one of the things that this always leads me to is, I don't know if all of you have children out there, but the simple question of why, when you present something to a child, you're like, well, don't touch that. Why? Don't do that. Why? I love that when the kids ask that. It's just the simplest question. It is the simplest thing, but they keep asking why. And in our minds, we're thinking, don't touch the stove because it's hot. And you just tell the child, don't touch the stove. And they want to know why. Why not touch the stove? Well, it's hot. Why is it hot? Well, it heats up to cook our food. Well, why do we need to cook our food? So those questions keep going on, and that is what I want you to do. I want you to have that youthful questioning of everything in our lives. And don't hesitate to question things you were taught in school. History is a great one. We're finding different things about history all the time, how the human beings were way before we thought. Each new discovery in the world, they're finding new pyramids, they're finding new sites. They're learning new things about what happened in the past. So don't necessarily be stuck on everything that you were taught in school. Go out and research it yourself. If you don't want to, that's fine. But if you have questions about something, go out and research it yourself. Find out what other things are doing. Religion is another one. Question your religion. I don't care what religion you belong to. Whatever your path is, that is your choice. And I will never discourage anybody for following their religious path, whatever it might be, but don't be afraid to question it. Don't be afraid to ask those why questions. Get the answers that you're seeking in that sense. Science is another one. Science keeps expanding. Things that we thought were a given way back in the 1940s or whatever, we're finding are different things now, and there's new diseases coming out. Obviously, with all the COVID and everything that's been going on, we're finding new diseases, and we're having to ask the question, why? Why do we need this? Why do we need that? Why do we need that? And science keeps expanding to cover those things. As new questions arise, they have to find new solutions that lead to more questions, all those type of things. And that is why I love spirituality and metaphysics so well, because there's not any clear-cut answers. We're not giving you clear-cut answers when we talk about spirituality and metaphysics. We're presenting you with feelings from certain people, from experience that people have had, what they know in their heart is true. And that's one of the things I love about that, is because what's true for you might not be true for me. And what's true for me might not be true for you. So we can't knock other people's experiences because we didn't experience those. And so that those questions, those why questions are there all the time, because we don't know what they experienced. We didn't experience it. So we can't say they're wrong and we can't say they're right. But we can question it and ask them questions. Why? Why did you experience that? Why did you do that? I think some of the other things that we want to talk on here is let me look at my notes. Um, technology is one of those things that has helped us start to answer questions, start to seek out things. I know for my spiritual path, my metaphysical path, the internet was a great learning tool for me, a great way for me to search out things, to find questions, to experience new things, and to see that I wasn't alone in my thinking. I had some very preeminent thoughts about things. In my life, there was a lot of religion where I lived, and it just didn't quite make sense to me. And I found out there's this a whole other world outside of this little dinky town that I lived in growing up, and that was amazing. So, the things that were questioned in life that we thought were a given, um, we've just blown some of those out of the waters. Let's start with humans can't fly. We don't have wings. So as we are early on in our stage of development as humans, we don't have wings. We can't fly. People never fly. We're not going to do it. Now look at us. We've got jumbo jet airplanes. We've got jet packs. Actually, even they're coming up with personalized drones so you can fly around. So now people can fly. So that's not that answer of people can't fly is now has been questioned so much that it has led us to where we can fly. Um, we're all the time finding new species, and we're bringing back some of the extinct species with DNA and genetics and things like that. We're starting to be able to possibly bring back some of those extinct species. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, and that'll lead to more questions that, is that the right thing to do question? But it's still a question that we have to have in our mind. But the technology is coming up there to do that. So I think technology has given us so much to question everything because you can jump online, find a different answer, find a different solution, things like that, that allow us to question everything. So that's my mission for you guys today. That's the positive energy I'm setting out there. I'm not saying to get in a fight about it. I'm not saying to knock somebody else's opinion or to knock their knowledge, but I'm just saying, question it. There's nothing wrong with questioning it. If somebody has a problem with you questioning it, then they're the ones with the problem and not you. So that's it for the Temple of Positive Energy today. I encourage you to go out there and question some things, question the things that you've ever known, question the things that within yourself. Question yourself all the time. I love questions. They're the greatest thing in the world, I think, is to question ourselves so that we gain knowledge, seek out things, and keep moving forward in this life and keep creating that positive energy that we so love here.